Everybody, it is me, Maris, and it's Friday. Yay, I love Fridays. Let's light our candle here. I love this little lighter, but I swear it's like a crack pipe lighter. And you're like, Maris, how do you know what a crack pipe lighter is? Well, I've seen them. No, I don't smoke crack. I'm too fat to smoke crack. Crack is not good for you anyway. Crack, crank, whatever all that stuff is. It's bad for you. It's bad, bad, bad. Anything that has to have excessive processing to create, it's bad. That's why I like marijuana. I won't lie. Today, whoops, that's not the one. Where is it? Dang it, I left it. I had an oil that I was going to use today, and it was called Humility, but I don't know what happened to the oil. So this is the oil that I used last time, and it was Northern Lights Black Spruce, and it really worked well. So I might just put a little dab on there anyway. Good morning. So here is some Northern Lights Black Spruce. I really wanted to use Humility oil today. And I could have swore I had it in my hand and was bringing it in here into the little room, and I guess I didn't bring it in. So anyway, humility is just, I kind of looked at the news this morning, and there's just so much stuff going on. And then, just some of the trends that I'm seeing even in the office and emotion-wise. I was like, we need to bring ourselves back into a sense of balance. And love and nurturing, self-love and self-nurturing. I was telling one of my friends today, no, you need to take a 21-day sabbatical. And they're like, I can't take that 21-day sabbatical. I'm so busy. I'm helping everybody else. And I said, you're helping everybody else but yourself. And how in the world can you help everybody else when this vessel is exhausted? So sometimes we just need to kind of step back and take a break from things. People will ask me, look, I've been texting you for 2 days and you haven't responded. If you don't see me online for 2 days, or you don't hear from me for 2 days or whatever, I'm probably on a sabbatical and recharging and regrouping and bringing my energy back into balance and focus. I think that is so important to do. And we as healers need to be very mindful of that because we want to help everybody else around us that we often forget and neglect ourselves. And that's no bueno. You can't be an effective healer when you got big chunks of yourself laying out all over God knows where. Seriously, let's just keep that really, really real. So today I'm using the spell casting deck. This is, this deck personally reminds me of probably like an auntie at my age now. It'd be like maybe one of my aunties or maybe somebody in my age group, kind of giving a little focus and direction. We're still a little bit hip with the thought processes and etc., but also kind of makes you revert in many ways to some old school thoughts about how things happen or evolve in this world. And the importance of us, kind of remembering that and connecting with that. I believe in having new solutions and new innovative ways to look at things, but sometimes we have some old school practices, old school beliefs that are still top-notch. Words of consejo or direction. Even they go, that's so old-fashioned. And I'm like, but you know what? It's really pretty consistent in its high vibration 50 years later or 100 years later. Just for what that's worth. So do our best today for our own humility and bringing it in, that we may be grounded, we may refocus our directions into something that's positive and beneficial to us, body, mind, and spirit. Okay, there's number one. I like it better when they flip like that than when they flip all over the floor. I'm like, seriously? Why do you do that to me? And it's probably like, I think you need to vacuum. And yeah, I do need to vacuum down there. I see a whole bunch of sage all over the floor. And speaking of sage, do not forget that the 28th is my last day for my hellacious sale. It's what I call a Cash App sale, one at a time. Oh, I know. I have a Cash App sale, and it is 5 of my biggest, fattest sage bundles. I got one that I burnt up over here. They're 5 for $10, free shipping. It's Cash App, and it's the $ Sacred Space OKC. So you buy your sage, and then you text me 405-549-3766 with your name and address, and guess what? I sent it to you. Yeah, and I got somebody going to the mail for me every day. I mean, not the postman, but yeah, I have somebody. Okay, there we go. Let's see if they flip out any more cards at us here. So I hope everybody's doing phenomenal this Friday. I love Fridays. I won't lie. I love Fridays. Fridays are like my Wednesday because I'm here till Sunday. Oh, speaking of Sunday, I have a Reiki 1 class, CPR for the soul. And I have a spot open. I have a couple spots open. In fact, I talked Gabby into being here with me on Sunday. I love working with Gabby, by the way. So if you follow me on Facebook, Sunday mornings, Gabby and I do a Facebook Live with Reiki healing, and I believe that this Sunday at 9 a.m., this is going to be Reiki for the Ukraine. Reiki for peace, Reiki for Ukraine, Reiki for truth, whatever it is that we need to hear, that, even though we may not want to hear it. Okay, all right, so she's not kicking out any more cards. I've got 3 cards here. I'm like 3-card stud. I like the first card because I think the first card is really an important card. The first card is always set in the theme. Don't get me wrong. But this particular card is a really important card, and let's take a look at it. And that first card is the protection card. And I'm going to say 2 things here. We notice that she's got a light in her heart, and we notice that she's holding the world in her hands, and look at her, she looks like a pregnant mama. Let's just keep that one real, right? She looks like a pregnant mama, and she's loving on the earth, and her heart center is totally lit up. So when I'm looking at this card, I'm looking at we need to be in a protective mode. All right, so it was like last night I was talking to one of my friends, and he's kind of going through some stuff in his life, and I'm like, dude, you have got to throw the white light over yourself all the time. Whether you were doing something like this, for my friends that love to read scripture, Ephesians 6:10-17, about putting on your battle gear, your breastplate, your helmet, all of these things. We need to be in total protection mode, body, mind, and spirit. Body, mind, and spirit. Because right now, when we have rumblings of war and we have actions of negative vibrations and people threatening things, that means that we have a lot of chaotic energy that's running free, like a spider monkey on Mountain Dew. Okay, remember that movie, Talladega Nights? I'll be all over you like a spider monkey on Mountain Dew. Okay, that's what we're experiencing right now. So with that in mind, y'all, we need to work on our covering. Now, I do a simple, very, very simple covering where I'm asking, I like white light. Now, I'm a Jesus girl, and I know people go, but you read cards, and you're an intuitive, and you do all that magic-y stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Jesus said the gifts of prophecy will be brought down upon you. And prophecy and discernment and healing were 3 of them. Okay, so I do prophecy work, I do discernment work, and I do healing work. And last time I checked, Jesus told me that we were going to get hit in the head with something like that. So, hey, rock on with it. But let's go back to what I'm saying about this protection. So we need to be making sure that we are putting our white light on top of us, and that we do white light over our house. We do white light over our neighborhood, over our city. Then we go with our state, our county, state, nation, or, what continent we're on, what hemisphere, whatever. We need to be working with that protection and white light. And when we're working with that protection and white light, folks, we're going to have discernment. We're going to be able to see things in a more authentic way. We are going to see the truth in what's happening around us. And I've been struggling with that for a long time, because I see what's happening and not everybody is on board with me. And that's okay. I still love you, and I hope that you still love me. But let's focus now on our protection. How do we keep ourselves sane and safe during this time of craziness? All right, so protection. Big hint. If that's your first card coming in, it is like your mama spanking you. Your mama spanking you when you were a little one, and you hear that little pop on the back of your diaper, and you're like, holy cow. Okay, that's what she's doing right here. But, kind of like she's not spanking you, but she's spanking you. She's saying, be aware. Take cover, or not take cover, but take heed and cover yourself with that protection and that white light. So really important to do. Now, the middle card is kind of like things that might come up, things that might happen. And this one right here is not everybody is telling you the truth. Some people will convolute the truth and point you in a different direction, so that you're looking at things that really aren't there, or really aren't a part of what's going on. Now, and I'm also going to say this, sometimes people, places, things, whatever, will lie by omission. And this is what I'm getting through here. It's kind of like when you suspect that your significant other is not being faithful to you. And it took them an hour and a half to go to 7-Eleven and get a coffee and a pack of cigarettes, or whatever, whatever they're going to get from 7-Eleven. So they go to 7-Eleven, and then they come back an hour and a half later, and you're like, how the hell did it take you an hour and a half to go a mile down the road and back? And they'll tell you 5 things that happened, but they don't tell you 6 and 7, which meant they stopped off at so-and-so's apartment or house, and they snagged for a little bit, 30 minutes. They got a 30-minute snag in, and then he came home, or she came home. They don't tell you that. They did go to 7-Eleven, and they did see whoever, but they don't tell you about those little things that happened in between them leaving the house and coming back. Okay, that is a lie by omission. They told you the truth. They told you they went out. They told you they saw a friend. They just didn't tell you that they shagged that friend in the meantime, in that hour and a half that they were gone. So this is a lot of the same kind of energy when we look at this. When we're looking at this trust card and it's upside down, it's not always about a blatant lie. It's not always about a blatant lie. It's about not telling you the whole story. So you're not getting the whole picture. You're not getting all of the information. You're only receiving the information that they want you to hear, or that person wants you to hear or understand or roll with, whatever you want to, however way you want to look at it. So be mindful of that. Ask questions. Ask for clarification. Even if that's you're reading something in the news and you're like, I don't know about that. When you sit down and you meditate, ask for clarification on something very specific. In this meditation, I would like to see the authenticity of whatever. That's what I love about doing meditations and doing timeline jumpings, because you can sit there and say, I would like to see, I would like to experience, I would like to understand what's going on here. Whether it's about stuff that's going on in the Ukraine, why they were doping in the Olympics, this, that, whatever's going on in your life. Why is my son being resistant to X, Y, and Z? Why am I having difficulties feeling peace? And when we meditate with a focus and a direction, then we can kind of see through what I'm going to call the BS, that minutia, and understand really what's going on in our lives, our workplace, our hearts, our spirits, wherever we're feeling any kind of sense of imbalance or uncomfortableness. Now, the end result of this energy this weekend is going to be really phenomenal. And I'm gonna look at it just like this. She reminds me of a ding-dang peacocky bird. In a total strut with these beautiful feathers coming off, and you'll see they're pretty symmetrical. I mean, it's just the kind of the alignment in there, but they're very, there's some really good, beautiful balance to it. They're on a ball of light, then they've got that light surrounding them, and then all the little chacarita colors going all the way around. So we're looking at some really awesome balance, kind of like, I'm going to say it for me. This is how I feel. It's kind of like a sense of empowerment. When you really realize what's going on and you have a clear vision and a clear view, you can make really ding-dang good choices for yourself to bring forth the vibration or things that you want to happen. So if you want safety or you want prosperity or you want awareness, whatever it is, that this weekend, get connection with yourself. Make sure you put your white light on. Start asking when you're going into a meditation or a prayer time. Start asking for it very specifically what you are looking for. If you're sitting there going, oh God, oh universe, oh whoever, show me what I need to know. Okay, at that very given moment, if you need to know a recipe on how to make a really good Tex-Mex casserole, you're going to get that. But if you're really specific and you say, show me what I need to do to protect my house or to bring peace in my spirit, it's going to get downright specific this weekend, this energy, and it's going to share with you what you do indeed need to know. Not saying that a Tex-Mex casserole recipe wouldn't be a good thing to have. I'm just saying, in these times where we're kind of going through some stuff, cough, cough, in media and society and songs and music and whatever, sports are all telling you one message. Sit back and ask for discernment to show you the authenticity of what's happening. So enjoy your weekend. Embrace that flow. Chance always favors a prepared mind. And if you see that, I don't like the energy that's coming in, then we know that we can do things to change that energy, improve that energy, and harness some goodness out of all of that. So please join me on Facebook, 9 a.m. Sunday morning, because we're going to do some Reiki for the Ukraine and just for peace all the way around. And then after that, at 1 o'clock, it's a couple hours after that, we are going to be doing a Reiki 1 CPR for the soul class. If you're interested in attending, just give me a text, 405-549-3766, and I will give you all the information you need to enroll for that class. So peace, love, and harmony. Come see me very soon. I really dig seeing you guys here in the office.